Up with KREM begins now.
Breaking news now on Up with KREM. We are tracking dangerous wind conditions happening right now across the inland northwest as you wake up this morning. This is a live look at Coeur d'Alene right now. If you look closely at the Christmas tree there, you can see the lights really shaking this morning. Powerful wind gusts are moving in, strong enough to bring down trees, knock out power, and make travel dangerous, especially for high-profile vehicles. Welcome to Up with KREM, everyone. I'm Tim Pham. We are under a KREM 2 weather impact alert today. We have live team coverage for you this morning. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez tracking conditions around the Spokane area, and KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones in the KREM 2 storm tracker keeping an eye on road conditions. But let's start with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, you've been warning us for days. You are tracking when and where the strongest gusts will hit. So what's the latest?
Yeah, the latest right now, Tim, is that things are at their maximum right now, 6 a.m. We mentioned that yesterday that this would be about the time frame that we expect our strongest winds, and it is right on cue. Spokane International Airport already reported 75 mile per hour winds. Pullman, I just saw an increase to 67 mile per hour winds. I want to start near the Palouse in southeastern Washington because it is very rare to see a severe thunderstorm warning get issued for our region. It's a little less about the thunderstorm and just more about the damaging wind speeds, which are forecasted at 80 miles per hour. The National Weather Service even goes so far as to call this near tornado-like winds at 80 mile per hour. So please do not go outside if you live in this region, Pullman, Moscow, Lewiston, Pomeroy, or anywhere just east of these locations, because at 80 miles per hour, damage is likely to occur. Trees can get uprooted at that level of wind speed, and it will happen before any rain or thunder occurs because there's not much thunder or rain occurring in this region. So again, severe thunderstorm warning going until 6:15 a.m. Meanwhile, in Coeur d'Alene, you just had a heavy pass of some rain and even thunder yourselves, but these showers are moving eastward at about 65 to 70 miles per hour, and that is how fast the winds are occurring behind that. So still, the winds will gust in that 70 mile per hour range, especially around Spokane. And we just got a latest wind speed report of 75 miles per hour in Spokane. So it is looking dangerous outside right now, and power outages are now being reported throughout the region.
Our team coverage continues now. Let's get out to Nicole Hernandez. Nicole, where are you and what are you experiencing? Good morning.
Tim, good morning. Yeah, we're making our way up the South Hill right now. And the biggest thing to know as of right now is even our sustained winds at this point are quite strong. And then when those gusts come, it's kind of overtaking, it's overbearing. They're very strong winds that kind of give you a little bit of a push, almost knock you off of your feet. Now, I want to give some context to the numbers that Thomas just told us. A wind gust of 75 miles per hour is huge for our region. Remember in 2021 and 2015 when we saw pretty extensive damage, the peak wind gust in both of those storms for town was 71 miles per hour. We have already gotten stronger wind gusts than we saw in both 2021 and 2015 today. Are we going to see the same extensive damage? We're not sure at this point because that depends on a couple of different factors. One of the big factors is how many times we reach those really high winds. So 2015 was much more extensive in terms of damage because we got stronger winds more consistently than we did in 2021. So if this year we continue seeing those peaks up close to 70 miles per hour, there is a good chance we see some damage. So a lot going on here. Just be careful. If you can, we've chosen a very empty parking lot to stand in. We can see some of the wind behind us hitting the trees, causing all the shadows to move, but try to stay out of very wooded areas and stay safe. If you can, even just try to stay home and let the strongest of these winds pass through. For now, I'll send things back to you guys. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Obviously, a lot of great context there from Nicole. And you mentioned 2021. During that windstorm, Nicole, it was Comstock Park. If you remember, there was about 100 or so trees that got uprooted at that park during that particular windstorm. So let's make a comparison to today. Have you seen any tree damage now that we know that our wind speeds have gotten above 70 miles per hour?
You know, Thomas, at this point, we have not seen any trees down. There is a good chance we do see that at some point, though, because our ground is very saturated, right? We've had a lot of rain the past few days, and so the trees don't have much to root into at this point. We have seen a lot of debris on the roads. We've seen some boxes flying around, trash cans with their tops open and trash coming out of them. So there is stuff happening, but we haven't quite seen the trees. Another thing to note here with that is, 2015 we saw the most extensive damage because we just hadn't seen wind like that in a long time. Then we got another recent storm in 2021, so a lot of the trees that were dead or damaged or about to fall kind of already have. That's good news for us, right? That means hopefully we won't see quite as much damage with these winds, but no promises, of course. With these winds, if they stick around, we likely will see some sort of effects.
All right, Nicole Hernandez reporting live in Spokane for us. Now we want to turn to road conditions across the inland Northwest.
Brandon T. Jones is in the storm tracker with what's happening on the roads right now. And Brandon, you were just telling us moments ago that you saw some power outages. So what's the latest where you're at? Are you seeing more power outages or any tree damage in the region?
Yeah, good morning, Tim, Thomas. Well, right now we haven't seen too much tree damage, but yeah, just a few moments ago, we saw some of the power go out at the Best Western Plus, or at least that mobile gas station that was right next door. And there was also several power crews over there kind of posted up ready to go in the event of power outages throughout the region. We're back on the road, kind of heading towards the Hayden area. We're hearing lots of reports of power outages over there. Thankfully, the rain has stopped, so visibility is much better out here on the roads compared to just even a half hour, 40 minutes ago or so, when it was kind of whipping along with the wind, moving that rain all over the place. But right now, road conditions are pretty good at this particular point. Just kind of going to continue to make our way around North Idaho throughout the morning, giving you updates on the road conditions and what you can expect on your morning commute. We're going to be here in the storm tracker, keeping you up to date.
Just into our newsroom, we are seeing multiple power outages, in fact, thousands. Avista reports more than 30,000 outages right now. You can see on this map, more spots are popping up here throughout the morning. Within the last hour, that number has doubled. All right, and actually we're learning about 40,000 people without power in total across the different companies. Inland Power reporting more than 11,000 outages. Kootenai Electric reporting 900 outages. That number also increasing within the last hour. Northern Lights reporting more than 600 outages, and that is a significant jump also for Northern Lights. Let's get you to more breaking news now. Here's a look at 2-hour school delays this morning. New within the last 30 minutes, Spokane Public Schools making the decision to be on a 2-hour delay. Meantime, Central Valley, Meade, West Valley, and Riverside School District all also on a 2-hour delay. Now let's take a look at school closings this morning. White Pine School District School District closed today, as well as Moscow, and it looks like also the Genesee School District as well. Excuse the typo on the screen. Right now, Avista crews are on standby this morning. We're already seeing some outages. Avista says if you see a down power line, do not go near it because it could still be live. If you see a tree is entangled in a power line, call Avista. If a down power line poses an emergency, call 911. If you see a tree blocking the roadway and it is not posing a threat, call 311 to report it. The National Weather Service shared this graphic. We could see a lot of problems with the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust across our area. So let's take a look at where we're at right now. It looks like we are still talking about this National Weather Service. We just actually lost power in our studio here. So if you can still hear me, again, this is what a lot of people are experiencing this morning. And if our producers could let me know which graphic is on screen right now, because we just lost power in the studio. And right now, we're still on this graphic of the wind speeds and impacts. You can see based on where we are in this chart, we're in that red section, not the yellow or orange. So you can kind of see the different descriptions of what the damage could be. All right. Where we are now going to move on to this story with the Spokane County Jail. They're going to be making a change to their medical provider. and this is going to be with a new company. So we have much more on this on KREM.com. In the meantime, let's bring in Thomas Patrick here to talk about this weather forecast, because Thomas, this is what people are experiencing this morning. They're losing power and they're going to maybe experience some damage. So what's the very latest on this?
Thank you, Tim. And just again, to be transparent, we did just take a power hit here at our KREM 2 studios. Actually, a lot of our teleprompters and monitors in the studio have now shut down. So it may take us a minute or two to really reboot anything. Luckily, the weather center here looks A-OK. So we're going to jump into it. Basically, what we're seeing via Doppler radar right here, I can actually see effectively where the cold front currently is. I'm going to plot it in this dashed line that is now having just surged through Kootenai County. And basically anywhere along that line or just to the west of it, including over Spokane, including areas like Pullman, you're likely experiencing some of the most powerful wind gusts right now because the winds are surging in behind that line. Let's zoom in on the Palouse because there is still a severe thunderstorm warning for another few minutes. This goes until 6:15 a.m., so we're expecting an update from the National Weather Service in about 3 or 4 minutes whether this will continue or be allowed to expire. This was being warned for 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Pullman did report 67 miles per hour within the last 5 minutes. Now, there's not a lot of rain or thunder along this line, so it's less the severe thunderstorm section or portion of that alert and more about just the raw wind speeds that are being felt in this region. So again, do not go outside if you don't have to in this region. Let those strong and almost violent wind gusts pass through the region before we settle down. As we take a look at the day planner, now the highest wind speeds will be felt effectively right now and for the next couple hours. The afternoon will still be windy, but likely not as severe or threatening, but still wind speeds above 50 miles per hour are possible in the afternoon before things settle down much more into this evening. I'm just going to ask our producers if you want me to keep going with weather or if we're going to go to our next story. I got the wrap there. So, Tim, I'm going to send things back over to you.
Thanks so much. Let's get out to traffic now. Here's a live look at our camera from I-90 in Freya. You can see the camera violently shaking right now. It is very windy at this hour. Road conditions, though, in terms of traffic, it looks like things are moving okay at this hour. We will keep a close eye on it, though, and let you know. Again, the messaging from officials, if you do not have to be out on the roadways and don't have to drive, it is best to just hold on and wait this one out if possible. We'll